Hi, thank you for watching this video. I am Victoria Moore of Connected to Tiny is Powerful, and I just want to give you a quick tutorial for contributing specials or blog post to the platform. So you'll start by opening a web browser. And in the search bar at the top of the browser, you will type in TINYisPOWERFUL.com. You'll notice that it redirects you to connected2.org because right now those two are one and the same. Once the website opens, you will then navigate to the far right of the menu where it says something to share, and you'll click on that. And you'll be brought to this page, something to share. You'll have the option to either submit a special or submit a blog post. The differences, just so you know, specials will appear on the specials page. And these are just quick, either special announcements or special offers. So here we've announced newsletter number 12. Here we've announced an artist who had been included in a local media outlet who'd been mentioned. Here we announced a special event taking place. And here's an example announcing a cafe that is open currently. Also, we have an example of a special offering, which is a free glass of wine if you mention this. So those are specials. And then blog post will appear in this section called the reservoir. So we refer to the blog as the reservoir, as kind of a common place where you can go and find all kinds of information. And so this is really more for either long form commentary, responses to current events. It's a place really to engage in conversation. It's also storytelling. So, any of your unique experiences that you'd like shared in a public space can be put here. For example, we have one member of the network, an artist and tiny business, who wrote a letter to Mayor Tecklenburg, and then that individual shared the letter to be published publicly on the platform. There was also a letter that was sent to Mayor Summy of North Charleston. Again, the person who sent the letter offered that to be shared publicly, and maybe something in these letters you'd be interested in using yourself. We have an interview here with the creators of a podcast. We have a little commentary. One of the collective members is educating herself about abolition, and so she's sharing her learning process. So there's really a lot. That's very open-ended. So again, if you're interested in contributing either a long form piece or a special announcement or a special offer, you would navigate to this far right, something to share. And then you would either click submit a special or submit a blog post. If you click submit a special, you will be brought to another page. You're required to include a business name. If you've got information about the special, just a couple of sentences, either describing the announcement or the offer. And again, if you have an image, this can either be a flyer, it can be a photograph, it can be a screenshot. And then we do require you to include an email address so that we can follow up with you either with questions or to let you know that your special has been added. So that's pretty simple. Again, you could also, if you have an active Facebook or Instagram account, you could essentially share exactly what you've posted. If you've made a special announcement on your social media, you could contribute your business name. You could use the caption from your social media as the additional information, and then you could even use the same image file. Be sure if you would like to include, if you would like people to be able to contact you in the special information, include a phone number or email address or a best way for people to contact you with additional questions. So that's submitting a special. Now, if we go back to something to share and we'd like to submit a blog post, this again is where you can share personal stories. Maybe you had a really unique encounter with a customer that was meaningful. Maybe you have some personal reflections or calls to action with the current social and political climate. For the most part, this is a space for your voice to be heard. So I think in general, profane and hateful language is very strongly discouraged. But if there's any question about what you've submitted, again, if you include your email address, we can follow up with you about that. We don't really do any hard editing, maybe slight, punctuation or spelling, if there's something very obvious, but otherwise it's just published as is. So you're required to have a title. You're required to include a body of text here because that is the blog post. Again, if you have an image, a photograph, a flyer, and then an email address. And that's all there is to it, really. If you have additional questions, feel free to email tinyispowerful@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to help you. So again, just Tiny is Powerful, and we look forward to having your voice represented. Thank you.